Hey everyone, Somi here from InPeak with an episode of our new daily minicast series. Every weekday, we bring you an angel investor, a family office, or a VC who shares their investment thesis so that you know what they're looking for. Today, we are featuring Lauren Reeves from MGV. They're a pre-seed and seed investor from New York who primarily focus on healthcare, fintech, and proptech.
At MGV, our one-sentence investment thesis would be we invest in pre-seed and seed stage enterprise software. Typically, we write checks of $250,000 into founders. For us, we like to look for founders who really display the ability to build, sell, and lead, right? So being able to show that you can build and create your MVP in that product, you're able to sell to initial customers and gain traction, as well as you're able to lead and have people who want to be excited to join you. When evaluating a new startup, one of our deal breakers is, just teams that haven't spent enough time really talking to potential customers to understand the market. Obviously, we all have our own theses about what will work and what might be successful, but it's incredibly important to understand the people that you're selling to. I think for founders, one of the biggest things that I try to encourage is just not being afraid to ask questions, to follow up, or to really reach out. A lot of times, you're one no away from getting a yes, whether that's with a customer, whether that's with a check. So just continuing to persevere and ask questions, right? I'm a big believer that closed mouths don't get fed. Because we invest so early, obviously a founder is not going to be able to, I think, very accurately predict their exit strategy, but it is super important that a founder has the mindset that they want to persevere and that they're going to endure for the highs and the lows of chasing their business. Just having a vision for the types of potential impact at a wide scale that they might want to have and see other opportunities in the future of ways they can continue to grow their product is super important, but having the specific exit strategy in mind, especially so early, is very hard to predict. After a pitch, it's really great if a founder can send over just their deck, blurb, any big highlights or takeaways that they want the investor to have after the meeting, especially if this wasn't sent beforehand. But then after that, it sometimes can be this interesting dance of kind of keeping the ball rolling. I think a once a week cadence, if you haven't heard from an investor, is smart. VCs, we get really busy too, and we hear a lot of pitches. And sometimes it's not that we're not interested, but it's just we've got a lot on our plates. And so it is important to just say, hey, is there anything that I can help with or any open questions you have, just to stay top of mind, as well as sharing any major highlights that might occurred while you are raising, right? So this could be, we just closed another customer, or, so-and-so just joined the team, or our product has made some improvements. Just continuing to share updates with investors who are interested or have the process open can really be helpful. And lastly, I would say sharing when your round is moving or closed is important too. So we're a follow-on investor, and that means that for us, it's really important to see terms, not because we don't have our own conviction, we do, and typically we can make a decision before the lead comes in, but sometimes financially, we need to make sure that it makes sense. And so waiting to hear the terms is really important if you have an interested investor who might not be a lead. And so sharing that as well can help with the round.
I hope you enjoyed today's minicast episode featuring Lauren Reeves of MGV. Make sure to join us at InPeak.xyz, where we have daily live webinars, masterclasses, panels, and networking opportunities for founders, investors, and service providers. I also have a weekly long-form podcast where I invite some of the most amazing industry leaders that you don't want to miss. Download the Somi podcast wherever you get your podcast, or subscribe to my YouTube channel at Somi.